guys, so today I am going to be filming my full face one brand tutorial on Maybelline. I did already film this, and if you want to see that look, but I didn't really like the look. But if you do want to see that look, I would totally recommend you go watch my what I got for my birthday haul, because you'll get to see that look there. So yeah, the only thing I don't technically have is an eyeshadow primer, because I used the last of it in that last one, so I'm just not going to use eyeshadow primer today. But I do have everything else, and I would say I recommend the eyeshadow primer from Maybelline. It actually was one of my favorites, but it was in my project pan. So I did use it up during that Maybelline video, unfortunately. So that's the only thing I won't be using today is a Maybelline eyeshadow primer. But instead of using a different eyeshadow primer, I'm just not going to go in with eyeshadow primer because I know my eyes don't necessarily need it. The type of primer I'll be using actually will be my Maybelline Color Tattoo Concentrated Crayon in Gold Rush. Because I think I'm going to end up using the nudes palette this time. Last time I used a mixture of the rock nudes and the smokes. And that look was just so out of my comfort zone that I think I'm just going to stick with the nudes or the blush nudes this time around. But, so I have the nudes, I have the blush nudes, I have the smokes, the rock nudes, and the brights. I might actually end up using like the gold color from the brights, but I don't know. We'll see where this takes us. First things first though, I'm gonna do my face. I'm gonna prime with my Master Prime by Face Studio. This is the Blur and Illuminate primer. This used to be my Holy Grail primer. This was before I found the NYX Hydra Touch and the e.l.f. Hydrating primers. I really love those primers. They're my favorite, but this definitely used to be a Holy Grail. So this is more like a lotiony primer than a silicone primer, which is what I tend to use just because I do have dry skin. So these types of primers tend to work a little better for me. But I'm not going to be using all Maybelline tools either. I do have a Maybelline sponge, but currently I'm testing out the Flower Beauty one. And I like testing out a sponge for a whole month before I go on testing out another sponge. So I will be using my Flower Beauty sponge. I should have planned that better. I should have done the Maybelline one next. But I've had this one in my arsenal for a while and I just really wanted to use it. So I'm going to use it. So for the foundation I'm going to use today, I'm going to use the Maybelline Dream Cushion Foundation. This is in the shade Ivory. I don't know. I'm not 100% positive how I feel about this shade because it kind of looks like it's too dark, but on camera it doesn't. So I don't know how I feel about it just yet. I feel like you can see it a little bit more today, so I'm just gonna bring it down the neck a little. Cushion foundations are actually really nice, in my personal opinion. I really loved the L'Oreal Cushion Foundation, but these cushion foundations are so expensive. And I don't know why, because generally you get less product. Yeah, this is only half an ounce. So generally you get less product than you do with just a liquid one. But it's like twice as expensive. So, okay. So I kind of have that line, but that's okay. That's okay. And then, no, I was on East Wing. So, that's just what the foundation looks like. Obviously, as you can see, it is not a full cover foundation. That's perfectly fine by me. I'm not too picky about my foundations, really. Do I love full coverage ones? Of course, who doesn't? But I'm not too picky about it. And sorry if the shirt has a lot of cleavage. It's the only long sleeve I have, because if you know me, you know I hate long sleeve shirts, but it is freezing in my house. So I needed a long sleeve shirt. And I know I haven't been wearing my earrings lately. Honestly, guys, I can't be bothered right now with them. Let's be honest. And I have my drink. So, next we're gonna go in with the Maybelline color corrector. And I tried to be very careful with this because, as you can see, it's pretty dark. But what I like is I only have to use one brush instead of two brushes, whereas like the Wet n Wild color corrector, I have to use a brush to lay it down, and then I have to use this brush to blend it out. I wish they had a slightly lighter color, but it's okay. It's okay. And then I'm gonna go in with my Maybelline Fit Me concealer. This is one of my absolute favorite concealers, and it is in my project pan right now. I have bought this multiple times. I think this is my third or fourth tube of it. It's just a really good one. It's pretty light though, like coverage wise, which is okay by me. Like I said, I'm not too picky. The only thing I'm picky about is if you are a full coverage foundation or concealer, don't make me more dry. Like legit though. Well, I let that sit for a minute. I want to talk about two other good Maybelline concealers. One that's really, really gentle on the under eye skin is actually the Instant Age Rewind. I absolutely love this concealer. I have it in Fair Clair and I have my Fit Me in Fair Clair. Actually, yeah. And this has a little sponge applicator, so it feels really nice on the under eyes if you're really, really tired. I know a lot of older women like it as well. I don't think it really does anything for dark circles, personally, unless you use a color corrector underneath, like I did today. But I don't think it makes anything worse under there, if that makes sense. So there's that way to look at it. And then the other concealer that I really like by Maybelline is the Super Stay Better Skin Concealer. As you can see, I still mostly have this one because these two are my holy grails from Maybelline. But This is still a wicked good concealer. It's very similar to the Fit Me in my opinion. It's just a little bit more, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't even know. I think it's just a little bit more full coverage in my opinion. I am going to set all of that, where is it? With my Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless. This is just the translucent shade. I'm going to set my under eyes and then I'm going to set my whole face with it. Actually, what am I doing? I actually have a Maybelline loose setting powder for me to bake my under eyes with. So I think I'm going to do that. This is the Maybelline Master Fix setting powder. It's a loose powder. It is a white powder, so I would not ooh, I just lost half of it. I would not, shit, that just ruined my planner. There we go. I would not recommend this for flash photography by any means. At all. Don't do it. It's just not worth it. You'll get major flashback. I promise you. I promise you. So, I'm going to set the rest of my face with that Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless powder. Again, this is just the translucent shade. I actually think this translucent shade helps to lighten up this foundation just a tad bit. So even though it says translucent, let's be real, most translucent powders leave a little tiny bit of a white cast, which for me is great, especially if I'm wearing a darker foundation. But if you are a woman of color or a man of color, no judgment here, that's not really all that helpful. So that's just me. So I'm just setting my whole face because I find that powders here on out go on better if I set my face with a powder. So tomorrow I'm going to be filming Get Ready With Me, and the topic is going to be money issues, just because me and Adam have been going through a ton lately. And you know, I like talking to you guys about different things that have happened in my life or are happening in my life. I know I've done one on bullying. I know I've done one on individuality. I think I've done another one too. I could be wrong though. I'm just going to use the same powder to wipe away my bakeage. Ugh, this brush is starting to break too. I really need to replace all my brushes, like all my e.l.f. brushes, because I've had most of my e.l.f. brushes since I first started makeup, which was like 2 years ago. 3 years ago. 3 years ago? 3 years ago. Holy crap. 4 years, no, 3 years ago. And you know, brushes you do need to replace every once in a while, and you have to replace them more the cheaper they are. I just tend to find that. And I'm not saying that e.l.f. brushes are cheaply made, but they are cheaper brushes. Most of the black brushes are like $3, so there's always that to think about. And then like a lot of my e.l.f. eye brushes, they need to be replaced. These are only $1. As you can see, this one's like starting to crack. So, I mean, I need to start thinking about that. So, the next thing I'm going to go in with is actually going to be my bronzer, blush, and highlight. And it is the Maybelline Master Contour Kit. So, this just has the contour / bronzer powder. I'll probably just contour today. Just because, like I said, I personally feel like this foundation's a little dark for me. I don't know if you can tell, like, even in the last video, you couldn't tell on camera, but you could tell in person. So I think I'm just gonna contour. And then I'm going to use the blush and the highlighter from this as well. So we're going to use my Wet n Wild contour brush, just because I find this shade to be a little dark. So I'm just going to... Got it! I'm just going to go in and contour my cheeks. Look at that. Fat? Not fat. Just kidding. Still fat. Trying not to go too heavy-handed. So I'm gonna stop there because in my last video I went way too heavy-handed. I'm just gonna blend that out a little. So I'm trying not to forget anything this time, because that's another reason why I wanted to refilm this. It's because I actually forgot 2 steps in my last video, and that actually kind of pissed me off. So I'm going to go in with my e.l.f. blush brush, angled blush brush. I'm just going to go into the blush here. They do have new Fit Me blushes that I really want to try. I know Emily Noel talks about them a lot. Actually, she's really the only one I've seen talk about them. But, I mean, Emily Noel's word is always true, and she loves them. I mean, Emily Noel has been on YouTube for officially 10 years. She started on November 13th, 2007. She even posted a Instagram photo and was like, happy birthday to a decade on YouTube. Like, she doesn't even look like she could be that old to have been on YouTube for a decade. Just saying. Just saying. Alright, and then I'm gonna go in with my Morphe 310, and I'm gonna go into that highlight. Don't know if this brush is really gonna work for it, but we'll find out. I'm gonna have to say probably not. We're still gonna try. There we go. I think I got some that time. So it's really subtle, but that's okay. Nothing wrong with a subtle highlight. You just build it up. I also think the fan brush is kind of toning it down a little bit. So let's be honest. Is it the product or is it the brush? Because I feel like I've worn this highlight before and it wasn't this subtle. So it could just be the brush. But subtle highlight isn't a bad thing either. Then I'm just going to go in with Real Techniques stipple brush and just kind of blend that a little bit. That way it's not so liney looking. Why did I put that one in there? It's there. Alright, so now we're going to go in with my Maybelline Color Tattoo Concentrated Crayon and Gold Brush. I am just going to pull out a palette for the mirror because the Nudes palette does not have it. None of the Maybelline palettes do, which is honestly kind of sad. Okay, so So I think some of these crayons are really good on their own. I do think that some of them are more better for a base, to be 100% honest with you. I think this gold one is better as a base, but the silver one that I used in my original tutorial, I think could go really either way. So I'm just taking my nudes palette. And I think I'm going to go into this shade right here for my crease shade. So, Maybelline was one of the first brands I tried when I was just getting into makeup. Actually, fun fact, when I was first just getting into makeup was when the Nudes palette came out. I'm finding this a little hard to blend, not because of the shadows themselves, but because I didn't have a proper eyeshadow primer. So I wasn't able to set the eyeshadow primer with a neutral color to help blend things out a little, but that's okay. We're gonna make this work. Just know that it would look 10 times better if I had a proper eye primer. So I'm gonna go in with a Wet n Wild crease brush and just blend that out a little. As best as I can, at least. I'm gonna keep this look pretty simple. Just because, I mean, I went overboard last time. Definitely don't want to do that again. And last time I did use a liquid liner. I don't know if I'm going to do that again this time, to be 100% honest with you. It just came out so bad. I need more practice. But, I don't know. Maybe I will. We'll see. I'm just going into the gold color. I decided just to stick to one palette and use that gold color. I need this big mirror. I haven't worn gold on my eyes in a hot minute, guys. I feel, at least. Alright, and once again, just going in with that Wet n Wild brush and blending. I am going to try the liquid liner again, just because I feel like it's not really that great of a full face video if I don't use as many products as I actually have. Does that make sense? I don't know. That's not it. So the liquid liner I have by them is the Maybelline New York Master Precise liquid liner. Really, really fine tip. Let's see if I don't mess it up this time. Oh, I need tape. I need tape. Where's my tape? Crap. There it is. Okay. So we're just going to make this work. let's try. I'm not gonna do it on camera just because I feel like if I do it on camera, I'm gonna mess it up. Alright, so it came out a lot better this time than it did in the last video. So I'm saying that's good. Maybe my technique's getting a little bit, I did mess up a little bit right there, but I'm not even gonna worry about it just because if I worry about it, then I'm gonna try to fix it and then it's gonna look ridiculous. So I'm not gonna worry about it. I am gonna go in with my Master Precise Skinny and just tightline a little bit before I do mascara. Didn't get quite as close to my lash line as I wanted with the liquid liner, but honestly, again, not gonna fix it. Because if I try to fix it, then that's when I'm gonna mess it up. This is really good eyeliner for tight lining, guys, just in case you were wondering. You probably weren't, but I wanted to throw it out there. So I'm going to curl my lashes. Ow. And I'm gonna go in with the Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara. This is my holy grail mascara. I wear it to every single event I go to. So if I'm in a wedding, I'll wear it. Grand Assembly, I'll wear it. Like, it is my favorite mascara. And of course, I just messed it up. That's okay. I'm gonna come back when my mascara is all done. All right, I'm back. I did mess up a little bit, so I'm just gonna go in and clean that up with the eyeshadow. I'm just gonna go over the spots with the eyeshadow. That's what I always do. Always works. And if it's like up in the crease, I'll just touch it a little bit and it tends to go away. But if it's my main eye, if it's my eyelid, I'll just go over it with my eyelid color, and that tends to work. Doesn't work if I'm wearing a really light eyelid color, but that's okay. All right, I'm just gonna do my brows real quick because that is one of the things I forgot in my last one, and I don't want to forget that again. So I'm just using my Maybelline Great Lash Clear Mascara just to set my eyebrows. Thankfully, I don't need to fill them in because God blessed me with humongous eyebrows. Or should I say it's a curse? Because let me tell you, sometimes it's definitely a curse. Because I have my dad's eyebrows, and let me tell you how bushy his eyebrows are. Constantly needing to wax. All I can say is thank God for my parents who wouldn't let me completely wax them away. Because I've seen some disasters. Now, do I have a Maybelline lip liner? I don't think I do. If I don't, that's fine. It's really not that big of a deal. In a million. And now No, does not look like it. Again, that's fine. I don't need lip liner. It's just nice to have. So last time I went in with this red color. I think that's what put it over the edge, to be honest. So I don't want to do that again. I think I'm actually going to go in with one of my Vivid Matte liquids. Oh, do I want to do a brighter color? Do I want to do a red, actually? Or what color is this? They look very similar. Oh, this is more of an orangey color. That's Orange Shot Red. I think I'm just going to go in with a nude to be on the safe side. Question is, what nude? Do I want more pinky nude, or I'm gonna go with a pinky nude. So I'm going in with 10 Nude Flush. It's gonna look really pretty, guys. So, I think this is a really pretty color. And that is the finished look. So this is, wait, I almost forgot a step again. Jeez, why am I awful? Setting spray. You need setting spray, guys. So let me just pin my hair back so my hair doesn't get wildly wet. So I'm going in with, hold up, some hair decided to get loose. I'm going in with my Maybelline Master Fix by Face Studio Wear Boosting Setting Spray. This was a favorite for a long time. Look at that. Look at that, look at that, look at that glow. And then I'm just gonna take a random palette and fan myself to help Kathleen Lights and have like a little portable fan. So, I need to do that. I really do. There we go. And that, my friends, is the final look. If you like this video, please comment down below, like the video itself, and subscribe if you want to see more videos from me, myself, and I. And I'll talk to you guys later.